Hey, I'm Tim with the American Smoke Company, and I am here ready to grill some meat to teach you guys how I like to do it. Now, get on the internet, you're gonna find a whole lot of experts at grilling. I am not one of those people. I just like to cook for myself and for my family, and all I wanna do is impart to you the way that I like to do it. And so I cook over a charcoal grill. I don't have an expensive grill, just have the basics, right? You don't need to spend a ton of money to get good food, but I will tell you a couple little tips of what I do. They're not secrets, they're just tips. I always cook over hardwood charcoal. And what I do after I get it going is I add some type of wood on top of it to really get smoking and to build up the smoke inside there. So when I put my meat on there, that smoke gets inside that meat. Now, it's not the same as smoking in an offset smoker or an automatic smoker for long periods of time, but this is a very quick way to add a decent amount of smoke into your food. You're not gonna get the deep smoke rings, but you're gonna get a lot of flavor from the wood into your meat. And so this is how I do it. So get a basic charcoal grill. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars. You can pick one up for $100, $200, and it's gonna be everything that you need for many, many years to come. But what I encourage you to do is to spend your money instead on good hardwood charcoal and then finding a variety of woods. So tonight I am grilling with a Hawaiian kiave. It's kind of a tropical mesquite type wood, and so it's just something fun that I picked up and gonna add that flavor to our food. And so the number one most important thing you can do when you grill is invest in a good meat thermometer, because we cook our food to temperature, we don't cook it to sight. Now, when you get really good, you can cook it to sight. But for our purposes tonight, what I wanna do is I wanna cook to the right temperature. And so each meat is gonna have a different temp that you wanna cook to. And so you need to learn the temperatures, you need to experiment with them, and then the more experimentation you do, you're gonna find what's right for you. So some people like a very rare steak, some people like a medium well done one, some people like really crispy chicken. It's all up to you. I'm gonna give you some basic temperatures that I prefer. So when I am cooking a steak, I have a thick black Angus steak here. I cook steaks to 130 to 135. I cook my pork chops to 145 or so before I take them off. Chicken breast, it's 165 all the time. But as soon as you hit that temp, pull that bad boy off. You don't want it to get dried out. And then burgers is up to you. I'm gonna let you do what you wanna do. For me, it's somewhere in the range of 148, 150. Because what you need to know about meat is when you pull it off the grill, it's gonna continue to cook for a few minutes. So if you pull a steak off at 130, it's probably gonna get to 133, 135 as you let it sit and rest before you cut into it. So let's get it on the grill and let's get cooking. What I do is I have the main set of coals in the middle of the grill. And I want my meat, I don't want it to cook right away. I want some more ambient heat on it. So I set whatever it is I'm cooking on the edge of the grill and off, because what we're gonna do here is once I put all the meat on and I put the cover back on, we are going to get a lot of smoke from this hardwood that's already burning here, and it's gonna slow the cook down. And right before I'm ready to take it off, I'll put it on top of those coals to bring it up to the final temperature, and we'll get rock and rolling. But now that my hardwood is going, I'm gonna go ahead and cover it, and we are going to wait and let this thing smoke. All right, so it's been about 8 to 10 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and take the cover off. I'm gonna check the temperature of the meat that I have, maybe flip it over, see how it's going. And then if we're getting close in temperature, we can go ahead and move over the middle of the charcoal. And since I put on a bunch of different meats here, one's gonna be closer than the other. Obviously the burger. We are ready for the burger to come off. That's the temp. That was rated about 158. Check the chicken here. You always wanna check it in the thickest part. See where you're at. We still have quite a ways to go. Pork chops even a little bit closer. And then the steak. Steak and chicken have a while to go. So when taking the cover off like this allows the wood that we put on there to catch back on fire, get more oxygen, which will, when we put the cover on, will produce more smoke. So get a little bit more smoke involved in here. And then we'll check back in a few minutes. And at that time, we'll probably move them over to the center of the coals to get that direct heat to finish them off. All right, so it's been another 7, 8 minutes, and I moved the meat to the center of the grill just to finish it off, and I'm temping everything just to make sure we are good to go. Oh yeah, pork chop is ready. Let's see, the steak I wanted at 130. Oh my gosh, that's perfect. And then my burger, I had this on the side for a lot longer, so I'm gonna leave it on there on the center. And then the chicken, we're gonna give it a little bit more time. And I'm gonna put this directly over because the skin is on the top right here. I'm gonna give this a little time with the skin up so it crisps up. And then that burger only needs another minute or so. And then we will be ready to go. All right, last time. Just got the chicken and the burger. Pretty sure they're both at temp. Yep, that one is. Yep, perfect temperature to pull off. And so look, that's just my way to grill. It's my little secrets of how I like. I encourage you to continue to experiment, see what works with you. The more meat you buy, the more opportunity you give yourself to learn how to be a better cook. And I'm gonna encourage you with this, 2 things. Buy good meat, as good as meat as your money allows, and then always be sure to use our salts to add that extra flavor into your food. Happy grilling.